Hello Golden State Warriors fans, we are here once again to bring you the latest news related to our team, and I would like to emphasize how committed we are to improving our performance to achieve great results. Before we dive into this intriguing news, I kindly request you to show your support by clicking the like button, and if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, I invite you all to join us on an exciting journey. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything.
Surprising Warriors player cracks ESPN's top 100. Is this the Warriors' third best player? Much has been said about the Golden State Warriors' lack of high-quality stars outside of Stephen Curry, and whether one or two of their young talents will step up to fill that gap. Looking back at the NBA 2K Top 100 rankings released in September, only two Warriors made the list, Curry at 7th and veteran Draymond Green at 65th. Warriors guard Brandon Podziemski breaks into ESPN's Top 100. It seems ESPN has seen enough from one of the Warriors' rising stars. A second-year guard Brandon Podziemski has earned a spot in the top 100 players heading into the 2024-25 season. But Podziemski didn't just barely make the cut, he landed ahead of several more established players, ranking at 78th. Considering the 21-year-old didn't crack NBA 2K's Top 100 or a similar list from Action Sports Network, it's a bit of a surprise that ESPN ranked him this high. According to Kendra Andrews, Podziemski and his fellow 2023 draftee, Trayce Jackson-Davis, represent the Warriors' best effort at balancing their "win now, invest in the future" mantra. The 19th overall pick from last year's draft exceeded all expectations in his rookie season, averaging more than 26 minutes in 74 appearances. He even briefly replaced Klay Thompson as the starting shooting guard before and after the All-Star break. Podziemski posted 9.2 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 3.7 assists per game last season, while shooting an impressive 38.5% from beyond the arc. He also led the league in charges taken. With Thompson and veteran guard Chris Paul both moving on over the summer, Podziemski's role is expected to expand even further this season. Standing at 6 feet 5 inches, Podziemski is poised to back up Stephen Curry, having already demonstrated his playmaking ability by leading the team with 4.5 assists per game during the preseason. He shot 41.7% from three-point range, but missed Tuesday's game against the Lakers due to a broken nose suffered against the Pistons on Sunday. ESPN ranks Podziemski as Golden State's third best player, with Draymond Green falling to 66th after being ranked 55th last year. Despite a tough season, Andrew Wiggins held his spot in the top 100 at 90th. Neither Wiggins nor Podziemski made the NBA 2K or Action Sports Network Top 100 lists, though Action Sports ranked Jonathan Kuminga at 75th. This reflects the unpredictable nature of the Warriors roster and the varying evaluations of young players like Podziemski and Kuminga. ESPN is set to release its top 10 rankings on Thursday, where Curry, entering his 16th NBA season, will once again showcase his legendary longevity. Two unlucky Warriors likely to be left out of rotation against Lakers. The Warriors are expected to be at full strength on Friday. As Golden State prepares for its final preseason matchup against the Los Angeles Lakers, the team finds itself in an enviable position in terms of player health and availability. While injuries are plaguing other teams around the league, like the indefinite absence of Kawhi Leonard and a 5 to 6 week injury for Isaiah Hartenstein, Golden State has managed to stay injury-free so far, knock on wood. Steve Kerr confirmed that guards Brandon Podziemski and Anthony Melton fully participated in practice on Thursday after missing Tuesday's win over the Lakers. Steve Kerr to tighten the Warriors' rotation on Friday with a fully healthy roster for Friday's game, which could serve as a dress rehearsal for the season opener against the Portland Trail Blazers next week. Kerr faces some tough decisions. After a long training camp and preseason, it's time for the coach to finalize his rotation and decide which players will miss out. Kerr mentioned that the Warriors have 13 rotation-worthy players, meaning some tough choices lie ahead for those unlucky few who may not make the cut. It's possible that Kerr will still opt for an 11-man rotation on Friday and to start the regular season, especially if Draymond Green and Trayce Jackson-Davis both start, leaving Kevin Looney as the only backup big man. If that happens, here are two players who might get left out. 1. Gary Payton. 2. Having Gary Payton healthy and ready to go is a huge positive, but the defensive-minded guard may not have done enough in the preseason to secure consistent rotation minutes compared to some of his teammates. Payton posted 10 points and 5 rebounds, shooting a perfect 4 for 4 from the field in Tuesday's game against the Lakers, finishing with a plus 13 in his 15 minutes on the court. Despite this strong performance, it's hard to see the 31-year-old taking minutes away from the likes of Podziemski, Melton, Buddy Hield, and Moses Moody, who could all be coming off the bench. 2. Lindy Waters. 3 Few players have impressed as much as Lindy Waters 3 during the preseason. The 27-year-old guard made 5 3-pointers and hit a buzzer beater to secure a win against the LA Clippers 2 weeks ago. Waters is shooting an impressive 47.8% from 3 in the preseason, ranks 3rd on the team in total rebounds, and is also 3rd in plus-minus. These stats suggest he deserves a shot in the rotation, but like Payton, it's tough to see him beating out the other guards and wings coming off the bench. Despite their strong preseason showings, Payton and Waters may fall victim to the Warriors' deep roster as Steve Kerr narrows his rotation in preparation for the regular season. 3 roster changes the Warriors could make right after preseason. These players might be facing their last day as Golden State Warriors. As the team wraps up its preseason against the Los Angeles Lakers on Friday, it could also mark the end of the line for a few players on the roster. With 20 players currently on the training preseason roster, the Warriors need to trim at least 3 to get down to 17 before the regular season opener against the Portland Trail Blazers next week. Warriors expected to part ways with 3 players. Golden State didn't waste any time making roster decisions a year ago, cutting veterans Rudy Gay and Rodney McGruder just hours after their final preseason game against the Spurs. We could see a similar situation this Friday, as these 3 key moves are expected to be made. 1. Waive Kevin Knox. 2. After an impressive summer league performance that earned him a training camp contract, Kevin Knox 2 hasn't been able to replicate that success in the preseason. The former top 10 draft pick played just 15 minutes over 2 games, tallying 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Knox is competing with Gui Santos for the 14th roster spot, but it's unlikely he outshined the Brazilian forward, who appeared in all 5 games and logged a total of 37 minutes. 2. Wade Jackson Rowe. Jackson Rowe's training camp contract was always seen as a way to bring him back to the Santa Cruz Warriors for their G League season. While Rowe is eligible for a 2-way contract, unlike Knox, and could replace players like Quinton Post, Reese Beekman, or Pat Spencer, his limited 13 minutes of preseason action suggests that's a long shot. 3. Waive Blake Hinson. Blake Hinson was a late addition to Golden State's training camp roster after his 2-way contract was cut by the Lakers last month. Given his size and shooting ability, he hit 42.9% from 3-point range on 7.9 attempts per game with the Pittsburgh Panthers last season. There was significant intrigue surrounding Hinson. Unfortunately, Hinson hasn't had a real chance to prove himself in the preseason, logging just 11 minutes, the fewest on the team, and hitting 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. You could argue that the Warriors should keep him over Spencer or Beekman for a 2-way spot, but there's no indication that's likely to happen. As the preseason draws to a close, these 3 players may find themselves on the outside looking in as the Warriors finalize their roster for the regular season.